In this video, I'm going to show you several different car fires and talk about the differences between them and the locations of them. Now, I'm going to start here in Lahaina, Luna. Somebody else made a video on these two cars earlier today. People were asking my opinion about it, so I figured I would just drive up here and take a look for myself. Now, I've seen hundreds of cars that burned during the Lahaina fire simply because I was able to make it into a few different areas that have now been completely closed off. So I've seen a lot of these, and I'm beginning to notice a pattern with the melted metal. Now you'll notice the second car there had steel wheels. The wheels did not melt. This first car, the rear left wheel totally melted, totally liquefied, and went running down the hill. So the striking thing here is these two cars are on their own in a field, and there are no structure fires at all around these cars. So the intensity of the fire is pretty interesting that it would do that without any structures being around them. Now, what I've been noticing is the cars with the most intensity are in the tops of the neighborhoods that burn. Now, this next one is very far from the epicenter, very far from the neighborhoods. And to me, this looks like a more typical car that you would see in a wildfire or car fire. The wheels did not melt on this one. The rims are still intact, and you can also see the windshield shattered, but the glass is not sitting in a pool where the dashboard used to be. So this is just a much more typical car fire, and this is very far from the neighborhoods that burn. This is way off on its own. So what I've noticed with a lot of consistency is the most melted metal and the most melted glass is at the tops of the neighborhoods where the fire started, where it started to spread, and the least amount is far from the neighborhoods. Now, this is Front Street, so this is kind of somewhere in the middle. This is really where the fire ended and hit the ocean. Now, you'll see that a lot of wheels here did melt. The windshield's all melted. That one's just sitting in a pool where the dashboard was. But there are some wheels that are partially intact, and there are some wheels that are mostly intact on Front Street. So like I said in a previous video, it's not the most intense place. It's kind of where the fire ended, where it hit the ocean. But the most intense place is where it started to spread at the tops of these neighborhoods. This is where I saw liquefied engine blocks. This is where I saw virtually every wheel melted and just metal running down the gutters. So there's a distinct pattern here. I want to cover this further, and I want to go through more footage and maybe add some mapping to show you guys exactly where all of this is. So I'll start working on that, and hopefully we can figure out together what's going on here. I'm also going to further cover the lockdown and all of the fencing and media blackout that is going on here. Thanks for watching.